All right, CNT125, our orientation lab, part 3. At the end of part 2, we are gathering our results from the lab. And actually, I was working quickly and realized that I actually pasted the trace from the Harrisburg PC. So I'm going to delete that. There's my Philadelphia PC note in my text file. Let's go back over here. I need to make sure I have this. So I'm going to right-click, copy. And I'm going to paste in my IP config results. There we go. There's my Philadelphia PC, my dynamic IP. And I might want to go up here and just do Harrisburg PC static IP. That way I know the difference. So there's our static IP, and this was our Harrisburg PC trace. Just so I know I have all my pieces. Static IP, trace. Here's my dynamic IP. And now we'll worry about the Philadelphia PC, and I believe the next step is a ping. So let's go over to our lab over here, make sure we have it right. So we have the IP address. Now we need the ping to the web server. Yep, so Philadelphia PC ping. So we're going to go back here to our Philadelphia PC, and we'll do a ping to the web server. Ping 192.168.30.4. There we go. So there's our successful ping then from the Philadelphia PC to the web server. So I will highlight that, right-click, copy, and I'll go to my text file here, and I will paste that in. Now we're looking good. So there's the first couple parts. That's showing the connectivity. The cabling was done right, the static IP address was done right, the cabling was done right, the dynamic IP address was done right. That's what that's showing so far. Now we want to gather the results of our Harrisburg console connection and our Philly console connection. That way we know we're actually know how to do a console connection and getting into the router and getting a couple basic things from the router. So let's go back to the Harrisburg side. And I can actually do it from here. I can actually launch this from here in console, and that's okay. So I'll launch the Harrisburg PC. I'll do terminal again, 9608 none one none. I'll say okay. And I will do enable again, E-N-A-B-L-E, and I will do a show run. Hit the space bar a couple times, and I want to capture this. This will be something we do a lot. So I'm going to highlight here. I'm going to scroll down. There we go. Now we got it. Scroll down. Make sure I get it all. I'm going to right-click on top of this guy. Copy. And I will go to my text file. And I will say Harrisburg router. I can just say Harrisburg router config, because I know that's from the console connection. I will paste that in. And there's my router config. All right. And now I'm going to end up doing the same thing on the Philadelphia side. So Philadelphia router config. So I will come over here. I will close this console connection. I will go to the Philadelphia laptop. I'll open this guy. Terminal 9608 none one none. Okay. And I can do enable, and I can do a show run as well. And I will highlight all of this and copy this. So click, and I'll drag down, highlight it all. Right click, copy. And I will go to my text file and I will paste. And I know it's my Philadelphia router because I actually see in this one here, this one up here says Harrisburg router at the prompt. And even the Harrisburg router's name is in here as well. Host name Harrisburg router. As I scroll down here to the next one, I'll see the host name here as Philadelphia router. So I know I have that config. And I will save my text file. All right. And that should be the last piece we need. What we'd want to do at this point is save your text file. Again, why I put the labels in to make sure I have it all. Here's the static IP for the Harrisburg. Here was the trace from the Harrisburg. There's the dynamic IP from the Philadelphia PC, the ping from the Philadelphia PC, and then my Harrisburg console connection, the router config. and then my Philadelphia console connection, so my Philadelphia router config. And then I know I have all the pieces. So I will save that text file. And the only thing left to do, I will close that out, is back on D2L. Make sure you get to the Dropbox, and then make sure you open up the week 1 lab orientation lab and drop your text file in there. That'd be the only thing left to do for the lab. Now, before I close this out, something I'll show you here real quickly is we did the console connection in the closet like you'd be doing it kind of in real life, you know, cabling in, that sort of thing. In Packet Tracer, I can actually, here on the logical side, I'm going to disconnect that console connection. Nope, I don't want to delete the router, I want to delete the console connection. There we go, delete the console connection, there we go. And I can actually restore that here. I click the arced blue console cable. Click on here again, RS-232, into the router, make sure you pick the console port, and I can restore it there as well. So if something were to happen, I can restore it here on the logical view. I just need to make sure I'm clicking the correct ports. And I believe if we go back to the physical view, yeah, it shows that cable right there. There's the console cable connected in. This is what it's going to look like in the lab room. So that's why I had you do it on the physical side in the lab today. Alrighty, I will save my Packet Tracer file just so I have it for future, as in case I needed it. And I'll just make sure I get that text file submitted to the Dropbox on D2L right here, and I'll be in good shape. There's our orientation lab for 125.